guys, and welcome back to Abby's Bible Studies. Today we're going to be talking out of Numbers 20, 12 through 13, and just kind of a little bit of background about where this came from. Well, actually, I'll get into that, but I was sitting there reading my Bible, and like I've been doing just about every day, I've had some skip days, but don't we all? And I'm getting better at being very consistent, so it's improvement, and improvement is better than no progress. But I'm gonna call this Trust God with His Promise. And this message was very much confirmed when I went to church on Sunday, because I ended up driving to Natchitoches on Sunday just to go to church there. Haven't been there since I left for this for summer break, and I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go. One of my friends was speaking at church and wanted to go to support him, and also I just wanted to go see my Natchitoches friends because, I hadn't seen them in a whole month. So I decided to drive there, and not only had God confirmed this message, I think it was 2 days prior, maybe 3 days, during Bible study, and I usually do my devotion and Bible study prayer before I go to bed. And sorry if you hear a dog in the background. My aunt has a dog and she barks and growls at everything. So anyways, we're gonna be talking, I don't know if I already said this, but Numbers 20, 12 through 13. And it says, "But the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, because you did not trust me enough to demonstrate my holiness to the people of Israel, you will not lead them into the land I'm giving them. This place is known as the waters of Meribah, which means arguing, because the people of Israel argued with the Lord. There he demonstrated his holiness among them." So in this passage, the people of God, the Israelites, like through most of Numbers and Exodus and sort of Leviticus, but were grumbling and complaining per usual. They were finding their next thing to grumble or to complain about. They didn't have water. Knowing good and well God would provide, they just had to ask. Like we talked about last week, God will answer your prayers, you just have to ask them. Well, however, this time, like I just said, they needed water. Earlier in the passage, the Lord said to Moses to speak to the rock, and it would pour out the water. However, he struck it. Although the miracle still happened, Moses lost his opportunity to see the promised land. We're gonna stop right there. And actually, this is the whole point of this message. I felt this message in my gut. When I was reading this, I actually was reading through and I highlighted this verse, and I was like, okay, that's what I'm gonna talk about. And I started writing the words that God wanted me to title this, Trust God with His Promise. Well, God has given me a promise, multiple promises for my future recently. Or one of them was a couple years ago, and one of them was in the last, I want to say month, like really recent. And since I've gotten that confirmation, that promise from God, I have questioned it. I haven't been patient either. And usually, if you know me, I'm a pretty decently patient person when it comes to people, but when it's my own life, that's another story. I've questioned it. I literally I want to say 2 to 3 weeks, ask God every day, is this really from you? Or is it just me acting out in sin? God, is this really from you? And I'm telling you, every single day I prayed that prayer. And like I said, pestering God every day, being impatient. Through this passage, it was like God was saying, Abby, trust me, or your doubt will cause you to miss out on this promise. Hold on to it dearly. So if God has given you a promise, hold on to it dearly. And don't doubt God or His timing. He has a plan, and it is all to work out for His good, for the good of those who wait. And I know that's a verse I just down where it's from, sorry. But I just wanted to encourage you to wait on your promise. It may not seem like it's going to come to pass, but your time will come. Have I seen my promise come to pass? No. It's been like a week or so since I've written this Bible study, but when is your time for God to answer the promises he's given you? He will answer them. And like I said, I had a confirmation when I went to church this Sunday, because after my friend spoke and we did worship, the guy who was supposed to preach that day, he ended up not preaching, and there was prophetic words that went through and was like, if God gave you a promise, it's still yours, so pick it up. And I just felt in my spirit that day, I was like, oh, so this is exactly what God wanted me to talk about this week. Not only that, but he's given me promises, and they're still mine. I still have them. They just haven't came to pass, and you just have to be patient. You can't rush God or his timing, so be patient and trust that God knows what he's doing, because he does. He brought you into this world, and he's giving you things to make your life, sorry, I did not mean to say that, but he's giving you a path, and he's giving you promises to fulfill that path of your life. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and catch you next week on Abby's Bible Studies. Well, actually, there will not be a Bible study next week. I don't think. We'll see. Love you guys. Bye.